Now then, my last guest tonight is better looking, more popular, and almost as difficult to get onto this show as the Loch Ness Monster. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a real cracker, Robbie Coltrane. Robbie, very good. Take a seat. All right. Stop it. Stop it, I love it. You're all playing the crowd tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
We suddenly remember once we booked you on the show, you've actually played Ken Livingstone once.
I have, yeah. and lost, some say.
I can't remember, did you do his accent, the old estuary accent? Or...
Oh, no, I can't get the thing in the back of my throat. But the... no, thank you. No, of course I was doing it as what's his name, as the American, you know, who talks sort of with his teeth like that, and an indeterminate accent.
Now, we want to talk about Cracker, because that's a big success on television at the moment. Brilliant idea to play...
Doing a storm, yeah.
Yeah, sort of legal cops and robbers series.
Well, it's yeah.
Not enough of those on, are there?
Well, 12 million people can't be wrong, Clive. 12 million very bored people seem to switch on every week, Clive.
Yes. Well, I switch on. I switch on, and
well,
I
no,
was bored, certainly, but no,
I shouldn't worry. But
no, it's a big.
Well, I mean, the people have an endless fascination with cop shows.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to see people behaving appallingly and getting caught.
Yes. That's the idea of this show as well.
Yes.
But you're also the tough-talking, big, heavy, boozing, gambling,
heavy,
smoking.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Was it written for you?
A boy can try. Well, it was sort of written for me. I mean, we did sit down, Jimmy McGovern and myself and Gob Neal, and discuss what sort of character he would be. And I mean, the idea of a man who's tremendously perceptive about other people's problems and has enormous ones of his own that he can't solve at all is very attractive, I think.
I think that's very true, though, isn't it? Professionals very often
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine said they'd been to a psychiatrist who chain smoked through the entire interview and thought, well, I'm not coming back to you if you can't even give up smoking. What are you going to do for me? You know, and I thought it was quite funny at the time.
And are you a chain smoker in real life, or is that?
I had to learn to smoke for the part. I wish.
And the gambling, is that something new to you?
I've never really been a serious gambler. Do you gamble?
No.
Really?
No, never. I
Because
bet you any money you like.
I bet you
knew I'd do that joke.
Yeah, I knew. I could feel it coming, but I didn't resist. I did spend quite a lot of time learning how to look as if I knew a lot about how the roulette table works.
Yes.
And that is quite fascinating.
The ball goes round in a circle and settles in a
well,
hole.
oh, is that it? Oh, God. No wonder I lost £5,000. I thought it was...
Now, the other thing, that's the Cracker's still on, but you're also going to be on in Boswell and Johnson. Is that next week?
B&J, we call it, in the biz, Clive.
Yeah,
it's Boswell and Johnson.
You're playing Samuel Johnson.
I'm playing Samuel Johnson, the great Cham.
Loud-mouthed, opinionated.
Opinionated genius.
Yes,
genius. Let's not forget that. He was a very clever, funny and witty man.
And the sycophantic Scottish amanuensis,
exactly.
John Sessions is playing that.
He's playing that, yeah.
And that took you on a tour of the Western Isles.
The Western Isles, yes. Well, they did, of course, actually do that in the 18th century. And but John Byrne has taken hideous liberties with it because the actual story is pretty boring.
Yeah.
Because what they did was they rode through one rainstorm from one island to another. When they arrived, some mad aristocrat in a kilt would walk up the beach and bore the arse off them with some terrible poem.
Yes.
And poor old Johnson, who was really, you know, a very nicely behaved man, would feel obliged to stand with water up to his knees in the snow falling and going, yes, very, very interesting.
I'm just rattling through all your big successes, because...
we'll be here for ages.
No, we're just going to be
here for 2 minutes, yes.
But you're in a Disney film, or you're going to be in a Disney film, is that right?
Yeah, yes, well...
What's that?
It's Huckleberry Finn. They've called it Huck Finn, so it's more accessible to young folk.
Right. So they got somebody...
Have you seen Huck? Sounds better than have you seen Huckleberry Finn?
Well, what
would you like to do more?
What was Liberty?
The story. It's set on, we filmed it on the Mississippi in Natchez, which is now mainly underwater, of course.
Yeah.
On the great Mississippi River. And I've been working on my accent for down there for some time, and I'm thinking I'm just absolutely hickety dog right out there. We got there. The day we arrived, he said, "Okay, we don't want any funny Southern accents in this, because they don't like it. And apparently kids in America, they did, you know, demographic tests. Find people who talk like that, they assume are thick and extremely right-wing.
Yeah.
So they have this kind of, it's extraordinary. There's an American standard accent now. It's like the one you get in the news. It's all terribly gravelly and good evening, here is the news. And you can't identify, you know, it's like it's CNN, here it is in Iraq. So we all had to speak this standard American that nobody actually speaks. But I did I don't know if you know the two characters, Duke and King in Huckleberry Finn. There are a couple of shysters. They're described as hideous hams. So no acting required. There, Clive, just thought I'd get that one in before. No acting required. I said yes. And Jason Robards and I did a double act, which is great. And he's fantastic.
Jason Robards?
Oh, he's wonderful.
Yeah.
He's one of those old Americans who talks without parting his teeth. You know, like John Huston. So, I remember in '37. Christ, that was a year. And, I just sat at his feet for 5 weeks, so they told me about Spencer Tracy, going drinking with Spencer Tracy and all that. It was just wonderful.
Now, he's a big hero.
And I get paid.
Yeah.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Yes, you named your son after him.
I named my son after him.
Called him Tracy, which is
I can't keep up, Clive.
I haven't even mentioned the personal ads yet.
No,
so
yes.
No, because you're a big fan of America. We also know because you managed to swing that tour through America.
I know, disgraceful, wasn't it?
I like
I
old
spent a whole year
cars.
with people saying, hey, so you're serious, Robbie? Lucky bastard. That's it. I got that for somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
I know, it's disgraceful.
So did you enjoy that? Was it a good trip?
Well, it's less fun than you would imagine, because, I mean, when you see it nicely edited, you think, oh, there he is, the big lucky fat bastard driving through Ohio, and here he is. But actually, you have to do it 8 times.
Yeah.
They stop and they go, sorry, Robbie, missed focus going around the mountain. Can you come back, please? You go, oh, Jesus Christ. You go back and forward and back and forward. So it's kind of like making a movie, but you don't get the buzz of doing a performance. And then, because it was completely unscripted, 3 days after being somewhere, they'd say, oh, shit, we haven't got any cheeky comment about Ohio. Turn over and say something funny about Ohio. And you're going, what now? You know, trying to avoid trucks and things. So
So have you got any more plans for those, you know, taking a mini metro across Birmingham or what?
You've been looking at the script, haven't you?
So is there anything you wanted to get off your chest while you were on, Robbie? Just,
about 3 stones.
Yeah.
Thank
So what is the secret of this dieting that you've done? Just eat Purcell or what?
No. So shallow and obvious. I'm disappointed. I'm more hurt than angry, Clive.
You can't say you're surprised, though, can you?
Yeah, a little surprised. Well, no, the secret is... Are you on listening?
Yeah.
The secret is that no fat, no dairy, and no alcohol.
All right.
So you might as well be dead, right?
But you live in Scotland, don't you? So,
I do.
So what do you eat there, then?
Well, not a lot, is the answer to that.
Well, Scotland's always condemned as having one of the worst diets in the world. I don't know why.
It is, it's absolutely true.
But certainly dairy
that's
produce.
Because the food's so good. Yeah, and too much animal fat and things like that, but you just cut them out. You just have to be a very good boy.
Yes.
And not go for Ruby Murray's of an evening and things like that. That's what I miss, really, actually.
Ruby Murray's?
Curry.
Oh, curries. Oh, sorry.
It's a young person's expression, Clive.
Where'd you pick it up, then? No. Anyway, we're lapsing into cheap
My
insults.
son told me.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Good. That's all we've got time for to listen to this. So there we are. Thank you very much for joining us, Robbie Coltrane. Okay. Right. Just remains to thank Ian Hinsel, Ken Livingstone, and Robbie Coltrane. This is me, Clive Ellison, saying good night. Good night.